This is every single book that I read in April. I have read 40 books in April and I've read 147 books so far. I wrapped up the 4MK thriller series by J.D. Barker. J.D. Barker is one of the twistiest thriller authors I've ever read. I never see his endings coming. They are so wild and so unpredictable. Highly recommend him. And I also read Coast to Coast Murders that he wrote with James Patterson. Again, another twisty thriller. I read Blood Moon and I gave this 4 stars. I really love the romance suspense genre. I need to really read more books from that. This is a detective and TV producer. They team up together to catch a serial killer. I read the Skyward series, I read other books, and then all the 3 novellas too. This was so good. This is so like Top Gun but in space. Really hope this gets like turned into a movie or TV show someday. This would be so awesome. I listened to the 3rd book in the Murderbot Diaries. I'm slowly getting through this series. I need to just finish it. It's not really catching my attention. Like, I'm kind of a little bored by it. And if you know me, I love reading a detective thriller series. So I read 6 out of these 7 books in the Quinn and Costa detective series, which is so good so far. The mysteries are really good. It's just a very solid detective, like police procedural type of book. And then I read 2 more of David Baldacci series. These are more like solving government crimes or like government conspiracies. I read the Camel Club series and I read his John Pooler series, and both were so good. I gave 4 stars to both of them. I read A Drop of Corruption, which is the 2nd book to the Shadow of Leviathan series. This is like a fantasy and mystery combined in a steampunk fantasy world. It takes a little bit for me to get into the world, but I really do like the mystery aspect. I read The Night Prince, which is the 2nd book to the Wolf King. This series is okay to me. I don't really like it anymore. I like the Scotland vibes to it, but that's about it. There was another book that came out in the Molly the Maid series. This book was a very cozy mystery and I think kind of a wrap up to this series. I don't know if there will be another book, but I did like the ending. I picked up Enchantra because I did like Phantasma, but this 2nd book only had 1 game the entire time and I thought that was really boring, and I just was not like mentally checked into this book. I picked up Long Bright River because I saw it was being made into a TV show with Amanda Seyfried, but this book is very slow. It was advertised as like mystery and suspense, and I was expecting the mystery to be the forefront of this book, but it's mostly about dealing with the opioid crisis and like addiction, which is fine and everything, but I just wanted more action. And then I read The Raven Scholar because if you tell me a book has trials in it, I will read it. This book had trials and a really good murder mystery to it, and I ate it up. I love this book. I cannot wait for the 2nd one. I've been seeing Direbound kind of floating around everywhere. This is about a girl who bonds with a dire wolf who also has to compete in some trials. I gave this 4 stars. I thought this was a pretty solid read and it had a good plot twist at the end that I sort of saw coming, but it was still really good. And I picked up Fearless because I just wanted to finish the Powerless trilogy, but I don't really care about this trilogy anymore. It was just okay. Flames and Fallacies has been sitting on my Kindle forever, and people have been saying it's like How to Train Your Dragon vibes, which it totally was because the dragon in the book is kind of like toothless. I would say that this book is more of a setup for the books to come. It does lag a little bit, but I was never bored, and it does have a huge plot twist at the end. I read 2 books by James Patterson from his new Jane Smith thriller series, and this was a disappointment. I just don't really care about the series, and the mystery was not that good and also a little too confusing for me. I jumped into Razorblade Tears because I wanted to try a book from this author, and it was so good and so dark and graphic and very hard hitting, but I am very excited to read the rest of his books because this one was so good. To wrap it all up, I started The Devoured World. I read book 1 and book 2, and it is so good. It is so underrated. Everybody needs to be talking about the series way more. It does not have enough hype. It's considered a space opera romance because there's a lot more romance in it than I thought, but I am loving it and eating it up because the main male character is actually very like a softie. He's kind of nerdy, and then the woman in it is more like the rough and tough, like don't mess with me type of person. So that was everything. Let me know if we have read any of the same books in April.